take care of the business. Before we can actually take roll call, as Mayor Osterberg had said with the previous meeting, we have to actually go through the action of administering the oaths of office. And what we've decided to do is we will swear them in order of junior to senior with trustees and then with the position of mayor. And so with that, I'd like to call forward Judge Ray Vanderbilt, retired Judge Ray Vanderbilt, longtime Park Forest resident, and ask that he administer the oath for trustee-elect Candyce Herron. And Candyce, if you would go down to the podium.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Mr. Nick mentioned, my name is Raymond Vanderbilt. I'm a retired judge for the Circuit Court of Cook County, and I'll be conducting the investiture ceremony for Herron. Where is she? Raise your right hand, please, and repeat after me and state your name. State your own name. I state your name. Louder.
Candyce Herron.
Thank you. Having been elected to the office of?
Having been elected to the office of
Village Trustee.
Village Trustee.
In the village of Park Forest.
In the village of Park Forest.
In the counties of Cook and Will.
In the counties of Cook and Will.
Aforesaid.
Aforesaid.
Do solemnly swear or affirm.
Do solemnly swear or affirm.
That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
The Constitution of the State of Illinois.
The Constitution of the State of Illinois.
And that I will faithfully discharge the duties of the office of Park Forest Trustee.
And that I will faithfully
discharge the duties of the office
discharge the duties of the office
of Park Forest Trustee
of Park Forest Trustee
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
I'd like to call on the Honorable Judge Ed Washington and call forward Trustee-elect Joseph A. Woods.
Good evening. Good evening. On behalf of Joe Woods, who anxiously and eagerly waits to take his first term in office as a trustee here at Forest Park. Park Forest. My name is Ed Washington II. I'm a retired circuit court judge. I will now administer the oath. Repeat after me and say your name. I,
Joseph A. Woods,
have been elected
to
the office
the office
of village trustee
of village trustee
of the village
of the village
of
Park Forest
in the county of Will and Cook,
in the
aforesaid,
counties of Will and Cook, aforesaid,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United
the
States,
state of Illinois,
the state of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of office
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of office
of Park Forest
of Park Forest
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Thank you, and excuse my gesture.
Next up, I'd like to recall the Honorable retired Judge Ray Vanderbilt and Trustee re-elect Tiffani Graham.
Good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. And as I've indicated previously, my name is Raymond Vanderbilt. I'm a retired judge of the Circuit Court of Cook County, and I'll be conducting the investiture ceremony for Trustee Graham. Please raise your right hand and state after me and say your name. I,
Tiffani Graham,
having been elected to the office of village trustee
to the office of village trustee
in the village of Park Forest,
in the village of Park Forest,
in the counties of Cook and Will,
in the county of Cook and Will,
aforesaid, do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
or affirm
or affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of Park Forest
and the office of Park Forest
trustee
trustee
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Now I'd like to call forward the Honorable Judge Nicole Patton and Mayor-elect Jonathan Vanderbilt.
Good evening, everyone. I am Judge Nicole Patton, and I am a current Cook County Circuit Court. I'm not eligible for retirement until 2038, so I have the pleasure of swearing in the man of the hour. It brings me great joy to bestow this oath upon the mayor-elect. If you can raise your right hand, sir, and repeat after me. I state your name,
Jonathan M. Vanderbilt,
having been elected
having been elected
to the office
to the office
of mayor
of mayor
in the village
in the village
of Park Forest
Park Forest
in the county
in the county
of Cook
of Cook
and Will,
and Will,
aforesaid,
aforesaid,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
or affirm
or affirm
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the United States,
of the United States,
the Constitution
the Constitution
of the State of Illinois,
of the State of Illinois,
and that I will
and that I will
faithfully
faithfully
discharge
discharge
the duties
the duties
of the office
of the office
of mayor
of the mayor
in the village
in the village
of Park
of
Forest,
Park Forest,
according
according
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations, Mr. Vanderbilt.
Let's rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Village clerk, roll call, please.
Herron, present. McCray.
Here.
Settles. Here. Woods.
Here.
Mayor Vanderbilt.
Here. Let's rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, this evening we've got reports of village officers. Hello to former trustees, especially Matt Gertz, and other past officials, other Ritchie's High School staff, some of whom here tonight were on staff when I was in high school. Staff and school board members from 162, 163, 194, 227, 201U, and 515. To the youth, the pastors, elected officials from local, township, and county, business owners, residents, thank you for your attendance. First and foremost, I want to give praise to my Lord and Savior. Jesus Christ. It is with a humbled heart and deep appreciation that I thank all of those who believed in my vision and have walked this path with me. Next, I must thank my beautiful, incredibly strong wife, who's been my consistent rock and mother to our 3 children, Lucas, Mason, a.k.a. the Hulk, and our future newborn baby, coming in June, baby Vanderbilt. I love you, Kathleen, with all my heart and soul. Our boys are 5th generation Park Foresters. This opportunity all started when my great uncle, a World War II Army tank operator, was looking for a place to raise his family after the war. Like many of the original residents, there are stories of heroism and courage, overcoming great odds to start a family in Park Forest. To my boys, I'm ready to make Park Forest a place where you and your friends will be proud to call home and start your family's futures just as the generations before you. Park Forest is wonderfully diverse and culturally rich. However, our community faces record levels of depopulation, rising tax burdens, and community schools in peril. These issues are what motivated us collectively to demand solutions. For you and every Park Forester, I am ready to lead and continue the legacy of Park Forest, and I thank you for this opportunity to be bold, fiscally sustainable, and prepare our next generation. It is with hope and love that I ask our entire community to join us as we unite and create a lifetime of better tomorrows as we live, grow, and discover, as Park Foresters and Americans have historically done. Thank you. Over 2 weeks ago, I was part of the South Suburban Housing Center for their honoring of Mayor Ostenberg and another resident of Park Forest, Barbara Moore. I want to say thank you to the Youth Commission on Saturday, April 27th for the job fair you did for our youth, and you continuing that for today, and I thank you for that for our youth. Also want to say thank you to the Human Relations Commission for holding the Race, Equity, and Leadership mini-series and having the 4th one. I also need to give thanks to Commissioner Alfreda Keller for her 16 years of service on the Human Relations Commission. Thank you. Also, this past Monday, I met with Representative Martin, and April 29th, I met with Representative Martin and 9 other mayors. And in that, I want to say thank you to our current mayor, or our former mayor, John Osborne. Through this process, he was nothing but professional, courteous, to help this transition go forward. And at every step, other mayors just told me how much of an influence he was to the South Suburbs, to race equity and leadership, in not just the South Suburbs, but the entire nation. So thank you to Mayor Osborne. April 29th and April 30th. April 29th was the Mayors and Managers event, and we talked about the Capitol bill. In the Capitol bill, the staff put together, and with the village manager and the board, put together $15.3 million that Park Forest has asked for the Capitol Bill improvement project that is coming up. So I just want you to give them a round of applause for the hard work in getting that. Now, in no means does that guarantee we're going to get that money, but I just want to let you know the hard work they put into it in letting our state legislatures know what is needed in Park Forest. Good. Tuesday, April 30th, I'm also a local 1185 carpet flooring installer union, and I just was part of the Trades Job Fair at Prairie State College. I just want to say thank you to the Board of Trustees for Prairie State College and for the unions for helping collaborate that, and one day we'll get a union job fair here in Park Forest.
Amen.
This past 2 weeks ago, Wednesday and Thursday, was the IML legislative visit that village manager and I attended down in Springfield, and just where we were able to lobby for that $15.3 million. And they were heard firsthand what's needed not only in Park Forest, but collectively as a voice with the South Suburban Mayors and Managers Association. Saturday, May 4th, was my father-in-law's funeral. I just want to thank the village for sending flowers and just the encouragement they were to my wife throughout this process. Today, I actually attended the South Suburban College Southland Capital Town Hall bill, where once again, we're talking about the needs of the South Suburbs. And collectively, with the South Suburban Mayors and Managers Association, we turned in over $1.5 billion worth of projects. And that's just in the South Suburbs out of the Capitol bill. So we have to understand what we're up against. So we've got to start contacting legislatures and knowing we need the money here in the South Suburbs. This coming week, I'll be meeting with Crete-Monee 201U as part of their strategic planning session. And next week, I'll be meeting with the Technology Manufacturing Association for the Manufacturing Breakfast to start creating career pathways and continue the legacy that Mayor Osterberg has done in creating jobs within the technology manufacturing. So thank you. Do we have any reports for commission liaisons and committee chairpersons and or trustees, or reports of village manager?
John? Thank you, Mayor. I've got several items I want to cover just for the public's sake. First and foremost, I'd like to congratulate the newly elected board and the folks that I get to work with and serve over the next 4 years. Trustees Candyce Herron and Joe Woods, it is now before you to actually go and meet your fellow residents in the community. And with the details I'll share in a few minutes, you're going to hit the ground running with a full slate of meetings between now and the end of May. And I look forward to working with you and giving you all the guidance that I can as your village manager. The trustee-elect, Tiffani Graham, I look forward to working with you in our continued partnership. It's been a pleasure to work with you over the past decade, and I look forward to continuing to work with you in the weeks, months, and years ahead. And then to Mayor John Vanderbilt, best of luck in shaping your team, putting together your vision, and then working with not only your other board members, but the professional staff and making that vision a reality. We look forward to working with you. Moving forward with my comments, the budget review sessions for the proposed 2019-2020 budget have been set for the evenings of May 7th, May 9th, and May 14th, beginning at 6 p.m. An introduction and overview to the budget preparation and review process has been posted on the village website. Review sessions will take place here in the boardroom of Village Hall. Maybe we'll have the same kind of turnout, I'm not sure. We'll see. They will take place here in the boardroom of Village Hall, and they are open to the public. A retirement reception will take place for retiring village trustee May Brandon. It is scheduled for Monday, May 20th, from 4 to 8 p.m. at the Tallgrass Arts Gallery in downtown Park Forest. Anyone from the public with questions can give me a call at Village Hall, 748-1129. Opening day for the 47th season of the Park Forest Farmers Market took place this past Saturday. There was a slew of vendors on hand for what might be the best weather day that we've had as an opening day in the past decade. Now called the Main Street Market, the venue will take place from 7 a.m. to noon every Saturday through the end of October, regardless of weather conditions. The next Park Forest Business Breakfast is scheduled for Wednesday, May 15th at 8 a.m. It will take place at Dining on the Green, and it will be a networking mixer of business folks. For more information, you can contact the Economic Development Planning Department, 708-283-5617. The Park Forest Police Department will host Cop on a Rooftop on Friday, May 17th. Yes, pretty neat initiative by the police departments. And it's all aimed at raising money for Special Olympics of Illinois. Police personnel will be on top of the Dunkin' Donuts located at 431 West 14th Street, that's Lincoln Highway, in Chicago Heights from 5 a.m. until noon, taking donations, selling t-shirts, hats, raffle tickets, and more. All of the proceeds, again, will benefit Special Olympics. The Recreation and Parks Advisory Board will be coordinating its 4th annual Parks Cleanup Day, and it's scheduled for Saturday, May 18th, 9 a.m. to noon in Central Park. For more information, contact the Recreation and Parks Department at Village Hall, 748-2005. The Park Forest Historical Society will host an ice cream social on Sunday, May 19th at 2:30 p.m. in the boardroom of Village Hall. Former Park Forest resident Warren Brown will perform his well-known Mark Twain impersonation called Catch the Twain. For more details, visit the Park Forest Historical Society on Facebook or visit them online at parkforesthistory.org. The Park Forest American Legion, Post 1198, will host its annual Memorial Day ceremony on Monday, May 27th at 11 a.m. The program will take place on the Village Green in downtown Park Forest. The next Saturday morning rules meeting will take place at 10 a.m. on Saturday, June 1st. It will take place in the board conference room of Village Hall. The meeting is open to the public and residents are encouraged to attend. The Main Street Nights concert series for 2019 will begin on Wednesday evening, June 12th, and will take place each consecutive Wednesday through August 7th. Program coordinator Chuck Savey has a wonderful lineup of acts that include some of the returning favorites that our community has come to really like, including the Jesse White Tumblers, Sean Hayes, the sidewalk chalk artist. He's actually a champion sidewalk chalk artist. John Primer, Cold-Blooded Creatures, the Southland Jazz Ensemble, and Classical Blast. In addition, Main Street Nights will be host to the 50th anniversary concert and celebration for Governors State University on July 17th. Finally, movie nights on July 31st will include the movie Wreck-It Ralph Breaks the Internet. That's going to be a good movie for the kids. While Police Unity Day will take place on Wednesday, August 7th. The full slate of details for the upcoming season can be found on the village website at villageofparkforest.com. Recreation and Parks is also creating coordinating the 4th annual Great American Camp Out, where people actually tent and camp out in Central Park. I believe it's June 21st, which is the Friday in June. For more details, go to the village website. Each and every year, the crowd that has participated in the Great American Camp Out has grown. That's right, we have trailers, we have tenters, etc., all out in Central Park, and it typically catches people by surprise. They're like, "We're camping in Central Park, is that allowed?" So that night it is, and we hope to have as large a crowd as possible for the Great American Camp Out. And then finally, just for the public's sake, for who may not realize the transition that's upon us, recruitment efforts are now underway seeking letters of interest for the vacancy on the Village Board of Trustees. Details are available on the home page and under the employment link of the Village website. The application deadline for submittals of letters of interest is May 22nd. And unless there's any questions, that's my report.
Thank you, Village Manager. Madam Attorney.
Yes, I would just like to say I am honored to be here tonight, that I hold the coverage tonight. We rotate attorneys at the board meetings, and I was the lucky one to be here this evening for this lovely swearing-in ceremony, and I want to wish you all the best of luck and your tenure.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Madam Clerk?
No report.
Thank you. We have reports of commission liaisons and committee chairpersons and/or trustees.
Mr. Mayor, I have no report. However, I'd like to congratulate our new members to the board, re-elected Trustee Graham, Trustee Herron, and Trustee Woods. And congratulations on Mayor. And welcome, and I'll be looking forward to working with it. Thank you.
Any other trustees? Trustee McCray?
Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. I too would like to congratulate you at ascending to this position, and the trustees that have joined us here on this board. Congratulations. I'm glad to meet you, and look forward to working with you.
Thank you, Trustee McCray. Any other trustee?
Sure. I'll go next. All right, I pulled myself together so I can talk. Again, Wednesday, we will be having a youth commission meeting here Wednesday at 7 o'clock. The public is allowed. And my last meeting as a trustee liaison for the Planning and Zoning Commission will be on May 14th at 7 o'clock here at Village Hall as well. And I want to say congratulations to the new board. Welcome, Joe and Candyce. I appreciate you guys putting the effort forward to be on the board. And congratulations to you, Joe, as well.
Thank you, Trustee. Trustee Woods?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Mayor Vanderbilt. I would like to make a few comments. For those of you who don't know me, I am a man of a few words. For those of you who do know me, you know that that's not true. I would first like to thank God, and at a close second, my mother Doris. Standing at 4'11", 5 feet tall, you are the tallest woman I know. Mother, how you managed to provide for 8 children, and your mother, to her last day, I will never know. Thank you. To former Judge Ed Washington, it is an honor to have had you swear me in. Thank you. To my former colleagues from the Attorney General's Office, Carol Brooks, who is now a resident of Park Forest, and Regina Brent, my best friend, who's known me since the age of 20. Thank you for all the wisdom that I have gleaned from you. I accept that I am the sum of all my experiences, good and bad, for it has made me a better person, and it has brought me here to you today. To paraphrase a dear friend of mine, all of our experiences are life lessons, not life sentences. Thank you to the Nonpartisan Committee and the League of Women Voters for providing an open platform for those seeking public office. I'd like to thank the Civic Leadership Academy for further providing me with the tools to better serve this community. To John Ostenberg, May Brandon, and Georgia O'Neill, Park Forest will indeed remember you for your dedicated service. I would like to thank those of you who encouraged me to run for this seat, and the residents of Park Forest who have entrusted me with this position, Village Trustee of Park Forest. And to the best of my ability, I will try my utmost best to prove myself trustworthy. Thank you to those who signed my petitions, as well as those who ran away from me when I chased them for your signature. I learned something from you too. You're sick and tired of what you believe to be promises made and not kept. I heard each and every one of you. We as a community are faced with challenges, be it economic, our infrastructure, and our schools. However, I believe that if we meet these challenges honestly and factually, we will overcome them. I look forward to working alongside these distinguished individuals and professional staff as we move Park Forest forward. And I dedicate myself to what may appear to be a part-time position, but I'll meet it with full-time commitment. Wynton Marsalis orchestrated a jazz piece entitled Make This Land Your Friend. It is essentially about the African diaspora, that no matter what place you end up, you will make that land your friend. Approximately 15 years ago, I chose to make Park Forest my friend, and because of it, it bore fruits to me, like the Illinois Humanities Leadership Council, sponsored by Jonathan Vanderbilt, the Florence Cunningham Poet Laureate Award, the Library Board Trustee, and now Village Trustee. I made this land by my friend by meeting Moores and Gladstones and Grahams and Dillards and Schnees and Muchnicks and Goodriches and Merchants and Helms and now Whites and Hawthorns and Hightowers. And finally, before there was politics, there was poetry. Several years ago, I received a phone call from Father Mike Flager asking me if I would recite one of my poems and introduce Maya Angelou. Fast forward, as I introduced her, I thought I did a terrible job. But she empowered me and told me, son, thank you very much for your eloquent words. Fast forward, she asked me, where's your home? I said, Park Forest. She said, where's that? I then began to tell her it's in the south suburbs, bordering Cook and Will County. She said, young man, we are poets. I'm giving you 10 minutes, and then I'm going to ask you again, where is your home? Sure enough, she asked me again, son, where is your home? My answer to her was, my home is Park Forest, located deep Cook, nestled beside Goodwill, east of Legacy, and west of Morning Dew. Thank you very much.
Trustee Herron.
Thank you, Mayor. First, I would like to thank God, who is the head of my life. And second, I would like to thank my beautiful, amazing daughter, Crystal and Nina, and my lovely baby Sailor Marie Rayford, and my mom and my brothers. Thank you all for being the wind beneath my wings. I would also like to thank Mr. Joseph Kennedy, Trustee Woods, Tiffany, and Mr. Vanderbilt, and last but not least, Mr. Mick. Your mentorship has proven to be invaluable. Thank you. Second, I would like to thank the community of Park Forest for trusting me to serve as your village trustee. In the weeks leading up to election, I was privileged to meet new registered voters, but also new and veteran residents of Park Forest, each sharing unique ideas, confident that I, in some way, would be capable of helping to move Park Forest progressively forward. I humbly accept that challenge. I am also grateful to the other candidates, officers, staff, and other leaders that helped acclimate me to the working local government. It is not an easy task to submit public scrutiny, so I applaud anyone who willingly has accepted this mantle. I look forward to continuing the great work of those whose shoulders I can stand on, enthusiastically running with the baton of excellence passed on to me. To a host of close family, friends, and neighbors, you have been my encouragement, my source and strength to keep me grounded and humble. And again, I want to thank you all.
Mayor, let's do one more thing.
Yes, absolutely, Mayor Graham, or Trustee Graham.
I completely forgot, and I really wanted to say this. Thank you, Park Forest. You guys elected me twice and trusted me twice to make decisions for you. So with that in mind, if you have anything that you would like to express, please express it to me. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to serve you as a community.
Thank you, Trustee Graham. We have citizens' comments, observations, petitions. Please state your first and last name and residency. You have 5 minutes.
Julie Baker, 512 Lakewood Boulevard. In 2013, at the ripe old age of, I started my degree at Governor State University. I pursued a degree in education, and as such, it led me here to drive through Park Forest to visit the library for a book, for a children's read aloud I was going to do. As I drove through the streets, I fell in love with this town. It has been my honor to work with Mr. Woods, Ms. Herron, and Mayor Vanderbilt to become such a wonderful part of this rich community. My wife and I have always felt welcome. We eagerly serve on the Environment Commission, and I look forward to working with the new board as we become sustainable. I now live, I intend to grow, and discover with all of you what we really can do. Thank you.
Commissioner Baker.
Good to go? I promise I'm not going to take the 5 minutes with you real quick. I first want to say hats off to the Board of Trustees and...
Where do you live? What is your full name?
Thank you for that. My name is Randall White. I'm the chair of the Park Forest Youth Commission, and I live in Park Forest 283 Green Street for those that want to know that information. Also, newly elected board member of School District 163. I want to say hats off to the Board of Trustees for your service and everything that you guys do. I work with you guys on the Youth Commission, and truly this village is like none other. Mr. Mick, of course, hats off to you. I've seen you in service in so many different ways and avenues. I've seen you from picking up trash to just anything that you can do to serve Park Forest, so my hats off to you too, sir. To the new elected Trustee Joe, you've been like a brother to me. He mentioned my name, I was the Whites. You've been like a big brother to me, and I want to write me a script or something so I can say to my mother like that. Trustee Candyce, hats off to you as well. You've been a great friend over the period of this election, and I thank you for that. Mayor Vanderbilt, I don't even know where to begin. I do know one thing, Park Forest, we have a jewel. He is one of the hardest working men that I've ever seen. We're going to work with this village. To your wonderful wife, I do want to say my condolences to your father. I apologize deeply for not making that funeral. You know how much you guys as a family mean to me. Never met such a wonderful couple. John, I'm here to serve. Anything that you need me to do, Mayor Vanderbilt, you're my mayor. Here to serve. Anything that you need me to do. Thank you guys for everything.
One point of order, you do not have to state your name or your address. That is just a courtesy that we ask. Thank you.
Good evening, Dr. Kalitha White, resident of Homewood, Illinois, superintendent of Park Forest, Chicago Heights School District 163. Congratulations, Mayor Vanderbilt, Trustee Herron, Trustee Graham, and Trustee Woods on your new election and being a part of this governing body. I look forward to working with Mayor Vanderbilt and the entire governing body of Village of Park Forest to strengthen our partnership between School District 163 and the Village of Park Forest. We have many years ahead of us to come to do exciting work together for the families and the community of Park Forest and Chicago Heights. Thank you.
Have a comment? Okay, well, I will go. I have 5 minutes, so I will try to keep it nice and short. Can we extend to like 10 minutes just for this one time? I am Joshua Travis. I'm one of the youth commissioners under the amazing Randall White for the Youth Commission. Don't know why Travis wasn't mentioned in those lists of names, but I'll let that go. I'm very proud, one, to stand here as a resident who got involved in the election process, because I think that, one, as youth, getting involved, it's important. We're the future of the society, so us getting involved, having a voice, reaching out to the youth, not just during the election, but now that you sit in the positions and keeping that going is going to be vital to this community. So I want to thank you for those campaign promises, and I want to help. I think we all want to help see those become realities and no longer just the promises that are there. And I think that this is a great board with a great legacy. Now I'm going to put on the Youth Commission hat and say I'm really excited for what we're going to do with the youth here. I think Park Forest has always had such a strong history of diversity, a strong history of reaching out and saying, you know, let's listen to your voice. And this board has made it clear throughout these last couple of months that is your priority, and we are really excited to see that happen. If it doesn't, we will all be here with our torches, ready to keep going. I highly doubt that will ever happen. Trustee Woods, Trustee Herron, Mayor Vanderbilt, it feels so good to say that after all these months. Mayor Vanderbilt, congratulations, and I'm really excited for everything, and thank you for this time.
Hi, Matt Kurtz, former trustee and former teacher and coach of new mayor-elect Jonathan Vanderbilt.
Rockets.
Rockets. And I just want to tell you how proud I am of you. I'm proud of the village for the work that it continues to do. There are challenges economically, and I know that all of you will continue to work as those have come before you have tried to continue to build the economic portfolio of the village to go with all of the wonderful cultural assets, the amenities, the green space. We have so much going for this community. Obviously, the biggest challenge is the issue of property taxes and how to flip that formula in Illinois so that we can have the great schools, the great parks, without punitively punishing our residents with, you know, affordable homes, but a heavy tax burden. And I know that this group, along with our governor-elect, will try to do that. John, trust yourself. I've observed you from near and from far more recently. You have the support and the love of this community as you enter this challenge, and you're still a young man. You're new at this, and so when you're engaging in public speaking, if you say the wrong word, you just have to be patient. You're going to be great, and I know that your heart and your character are going to continue to bring this community together and lead it forward, and I just want to wish you Godspeed and all the best as you launch this new part in your life. Thank you so much for your leadership.
Good evening, my name is Claude Ambrose. I am the senior pastor of the Word Worship Center located in the village of Park Forest. On behalf of Pastor Andre, Deacon Marcus Jefferson, Deacon Kelly, and Deaconess Kelly, we'd like to congratulate the trustees, the newly elected trustees, and to newly elected Mayor John Vanderbilt. The best way But the best way to predict the future is to create it. So as you put forth your vision and your plans, pursue it with passion and know that God has given you the power and the ability to carry it out. And when you see it come to fruition, trust your judgment. Trust the vision that God has given you. Know that wise men still seek Him. And know that you're in our prayers, as well as the governance of this city. We will be praying for you in any way that we can assist you in your efforts to make this village respectful and a village worth living in. We are here to serve you. God bless you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Therese Goodrich, and I live at 35 Cunningham Lane. I've been a 65-year resident of Park Forest. I am so excited to feel the energy in this room. I've been a trustee, and I'm now a trustee of the township. So I know what you're feeling, and I know what's ahead of you. Please, please read the history of Park Forest. Study the history of Park Forest. Get over there at the House Museum. I know some of you have been there. But there is such a legacy that you get to follow. It's almost going to be easier for you than it was for some of those people 65 years ago, because we were groundbreaking. And now you've got a beautiful, beautiful village to govern and to take care of. And there's always going to be ups and downs. There's always going to be the good times and the bad. But we have such a gem right here. Take it and love it. And please, please, always think of all of these people before you vote for anything. Thank you and congratulations to you all.
I have to stand on my toes. Yeah, I've been there. Pat Wasowski, 12 Sauk Court. I'm so impressed with the energy that is here and how you're so looking forward, the smiles that are in the eyes. And we as residents don't expect for something to happen overnight. Have to give this board time. I've lived in town, moved into town for 1 year, and I'm here 33 years. Have no intention of moving anywhere. Could very easily. Not going anywhere. Give them time. It's going to take time. Changes aren't going to happen overnight. But if you do things little by little, it's going to happen. And it can be done. And let's all work together and make them be successful. Thank you. Thank you so much for your smiles and your energy.
Kim Elmore Perkins, 164 Hemlock Street. First and foremost, congratulations to everyone. To the new board members, Trustee Wood and Trustee Herron, I look forward to meeting you. I've been a resident of Park Forest for 24 years. When I first moved here, I used to listen to everybody announce how long they had been in Park Forest. And when I started volunteering, I could only say that I had only been here 3 years. And I feel pretty bad about that. As a newcomer, then I understand where you are now and really look forward to the time that you have on this board to work for the residents of Park Forest. I look forward to working with you, Trustee Woods, Trustee Herron. You haven't learned this yet, but I have many hats. So I will be seeing a lot of you, and I usually come in, as Tom knows, and I will flip my hat to whichever reason I show up at your meetings. So I look forward to working with you, and I look forward to talking with the two of you as well as everyone else with my true love of the condominium associations here in Park Forest, which represent 600 owners. So in saying that, I will look forward to working with you as trustees with my many hats. Congratulations, and thank you for taking the time and effort to work in this job. It takes a lot, but it gives back a lot.
Good evening, my name is Tom Hedley. I live at 226 First Street, area co-ops. To the newly elected trustees, congratulations. Mayor, congratulations on your election, Mayor Vanderbilt. I'd like to offer my sincere thanks to all those who have served on the board that are no longer on the board, especially, May, all your years. Thank you for your time. And like you said, Park Forest, this is home. I've been here 22 years, and this is home. And any of you who are looking for something new, we have a lot of commissions and boards. Fill out an application. There are openings.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Jim McDaniel, Lifetime Automotive. Been over on the corner now for 23 years. Born and raised here. It's 54 years ago. First of all, I'd like to thank you all for your patronage and for voting us Southland's Best 5 years in a row, my staff and I. Just can't thank you enough. And we're excited. This is fantastic. The energy I see here tonight is wonderful. And I just want to congratulate you all, and excited to be involved. Thank you all. Have a great evening.
Good evening, everyone. Cassandra Mass, trustee of Olympia Fields. I bring our congratulations from Olympia Fields. My motto is, good governance is being a good neighbor. You are our neighbors to the south. And if anything we can do to make sure that we are as strong as our weakest link, and we don't ever want any weak links. And in the Southland, we have to work together as a region, and we recognize that. And you have a wonderful board that you put together going forward. So I bring my congratulations from Olympia Fields, and good luck to everybody.
Hi, I'm Sue Blatchford, 117 Peach Street. First of all, congratulations to all our newly elected officials, Trustee Woods, Trustee Herron, Trustee Graham, and especially congratulations, John Vanderbilt, our new mayor. You have brought such an excitement to this town. I have never seen that in the 22 years I've lived here. We are all excited to see some new ideas, new changes. And I look at this room, it's just packed full of people. It's never like this. So congratulations to all of you, and that's all I've got to say.
Any more citizens' comments, observations, petitions? Any more citizens' comments, observations, petitions? Any more comments from citizens on their observations, petitions? Seeing none, we're going to move on. Before I get to the motions, we're going to start to drag the excitement out a little bit because we've got 8 pages of motions. So with that, I want to talk first. We have placements for trustees. We've also had placements for commissioners. And with that, we started at the 2019 with the new commissioners. We have over just under 100 placements to start the year off, the 2019. And so we've got 5 openings that are left out of over 100 positions. So I want to thank the residents for stepping up and stepping in where needed. And for some of you, I know it wasn't your first choice, but thank you for taking your second choice. That also goes for our sitting trustees. I try to get your top picks for the commissions that you'd like to be liaison for. So I try to get one of yours, and I know not everyone got met with their second choices, but I'm sorry about that. But, do we have a motion for the approval of the consent agenda?
Yeah.
Mr. McCray.
I move that we, that we accept the items contained in the consent agenda as written.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Trustee Settles for seniority. Do we have a roll call, Madam Clerk?
Trustee Graham?
Aye.
Herron?
Aye.
McCray?
Aye.
Settles? Aye. Woods?
Aye.
Mayor Vanderbilt?
Aye. Let's move the consent agenda, and each item contained therein be hereby approved. Move that the Mayor and Board of Trustees appoint Trustee Robert McCray as Trustee Liaison of the Senior Citizen Advisory Commission. Move that the Mayor and Board of Trustees appoint Trustee Teresa Settles as Trustee Liaison to the Planning and Zoning Board of Appeals and Governance Commission. Move that the Mayor and Board of Trustees appoint Trustee Tiffani Graham as Trustee Liaison to the Youth Commission and Environment Commission. Move that the Mayor and Board of Trustees